All right, everyone, here we go. November 2022. How about that? It seems like it was just a year ago. It was last November. Well, that energy is back a little bit. This is an all signs reading. It's the November 2022 overview. It's the reading I pulled before I do the sign fly through of 12 readings in 2 days. Woo, I got a busy week ahead. Let's talk about November. I wrote an article on it in the blog called November 2022. It's pretty easy to find. November carries over a lot of the energy from October, but it's primarily made up of eclipse season and the 11/11 portal, which is the energetic new year. It allows all of the spiritual lessons from the last year to be absorbed, to get some kind of fresh perspective on it, to be able to feel what it was all about. And that's why it's an important month. That's why it leads to December's incredible new beginning. It doesn't mean there won't be any new beginnings in this month. I got a pre-shuffle here that pretty much tells a story of somebody. And I think you'll recognize that somebody. But last year in November, we had a song. It was one of the most popular readings I ever did, was last November's overview. I suggest you watch it, quite frankly. It had a song paid a lot of royalties to, or they earned a lot of money off me from it, I imagine. Probably about 20,000 people went and listened to it. It was a Crosby, Stills and Nash song called Helplessly Hoping. And a line from that about somebody lingering, saying that they're lost and choking on hello was pretty dominant. And it's still pretty dominant. It's someone who may show up under an energy of not really telling you why they're there, kind of a thing. And it might come out in the reading. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that same energy is there. It's a very nervous tension to November. And that's because the lead into it is eclipse season. Mercury moves into Scorpio and Mars goes retrograde the last couple of days of October. And then from there, we get the other lunar eclipse on the 8th of November, which is in Taurus. It's very grounding. And it's right on top of that 11/11 portal. The energetic new year, the ability to take all of the lessons, spiritual lessons that we learned and process them, have them make sense under a fresh perspective. Around the middle of the month, it gets very fiery. Sagittarius, Mercury and Venus both move into Sagittarius. The Sun moves into Sagittarius. On the same day the Sun moves into Sagittarius, we've got, or the day after rather, we got the new moon in Sagittarius. All right, a lot of Sagittarius themes. Sagittarius, the archer, takes the shot. Okay, that's why a lot of things happen in November. In my life, when I look back, a lot of the things that changed my life happened around October, around November, during Scorpio season in the lead into Sagittarius season. On the same day of the new moon in Sagittarius, Jupiter goes direct, and that's huge. Now, I'm going to be pulling on all of that. You don't have to worry. At the end of the month, early December, Neptune goes direct. It's a hell of a month. And that 11/11 portal is the dominant energy along with the eclipse energy. And it's, again, this is an all signs reading. It doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy reading. This is a very important time. And these sign readings I'm going to pull in the next couple of days are going to be very interesting, I'm sure. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. Breaking in for you guys, I've been using it about a year. It's a brand new animal deck. The eclipse reading I did yesterday was the final reading. Main reading anyway, with the old classic animal deck that made Steve's Love Tarot. This deck, every deck has a personality. I've been using this deck offline, getting it broken in for about a year. It's had probably over 50 to 100 readings, somewhere in there, done on it already. Every deck has a personality. This has the same personality as the other animal deck, but its sense of humor is a little quirkier. I've come to call it the Zooey Deschanel of animal decks. It's kind of what it is. It's a little quirky. So we'll have to see where it goes with that. It's going to give us some interesting reads, I'll tell you that. But it is, again, 11/11, the energetic new year, fresh perspective on the spiritual, fresh perspective from a fresh animal deck as well. Let's see. Let's take a look at the pre-shuffle. I said give me the soulmate cycle for November 2022. What can my viewers expect? I've got a King of Swords crossed by a Five of Pentacles with an Ace of Cups. Okay? Somebody here getting that fresh perspective on the spiritual things, feeling like they missed out on something by never telling you how they felt, by never taking action. Right? Lingering around. Never telling you that they're lost, making up a reason why they're lingering around. Is that if they show up, they might do that, right? It's like me checking out your ass. You turn around and you say, why are you staring at me? Why are you lingering around me? Do I tell you I'm checking out your ass? Well, I would. But most people would just, I'm just looking at that thing on the wall over there. That's all. You know, I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. It's like that. It's somebody not telling you the real reason that they're lingering around or contacting you. Okay, that may be the case. We saw that Seven of Swords in the eclipse reading. You know, things aren't as they seem. They show up not as they seem. Somebody here very disappointed. Fear of missing out energy like crazy on this Five of Pentacles for never telling you, for never taking action on the feelings. And that Ace of Cups has become toxic because of that. And speaking of toxic, underneath that is the Devil. Proof that it's become toxic because it's the card crossing the Ace of Cups. Toxic Ace of Cups because they never told you how they felt. They left themselves out in the damn cold. And right here, I got the Five of Swords. Self-sabotaging things. Probably because of this toxin. Devil energy is illusion. Right? They feel trapped. They feel whatever. I feel like I have to stay where I'm at. Yeah, they do. Why? Because where they're at represents stability for them. The Four of Wands. Right? It's whatever this devil is, it is causing them to self-sabotage, short-sightedness, all that kind of stuff with the Five of Swords. And it's based in a Four of Wands. Okay, which is marriage. It can be just the stability of life, a family structure, whatever it is, a job, all of that. That said, bookending the King of Swords is the Chariot, the card of Cancer energy, which represents the entire soulmate cycle that we're in right now. It's Cancerian themed, if you will, because the North Node was in Cancer when this cycle began. That said, that sets the theme. That said, somebody here about to take some action. An Emperor drives the Chariot. It drives a chariot too. Somebody about to take some action here. The Divine Masculine about to take some action because there's a huge, all through this, shame just runs through this. And when we can see where we've been and we don't like it, right? We realize we short-sightedly left ourselves out in the cold. And this Ace of Cups becomes toxic because of the toxin of a Four of Wands situation, whatever that is. That can cause some action, but it can also cause somebody to, you know, choke on hello, if you will. Okay, let's shuffle the deck. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Give me the soulmate cycle for November 2022, universe. Include all energies. That's what I'm telling it to do. All affecting energies. There's the core energies, which I gave you at the beginning of the video. Astrologically, November is a lighter month than October was. Of course, and October was a fucking firestorm. But this is a month of processing it. This is a month that the energy resets itself. Right? Like rebooting your computer because of resources. It's the most common reason we reboot. Right? You can't do anything. It froze up. You've been using Photoshop all day and it's all run down and shit. You got to reboot. You don't have any RAM left. You don't have any resources left. It's like that. It's ability for everything to work again, everything to function, to see things clearly. Let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. I'm shuffling, I swear. All right, let's go. Let's start this off right. This first card out is before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? King of Pentacles, the 8-point buck with rainbow antlers. We're here because somebody got this wrong. And that's the energy that's coming off of it. Somebody didn't, what did I tell you? I never say anything or joke about anything that's not in the energy. I don't. If I, even any little punchline, you know, somebody might be checking out your ass. I made a comment about that. I used it as an example. It's possible. This person probably likes your ass, male or female. But I also said, about Sagittarius season in the second half of the month, the archer always takes the shot. Somebody never took a shot. They're a hunter. They saw this buck out in the woods. I mean, they'd be the talk of the town where I grew up, right? The size of the buck you bring home is a big deal. You know, where my father comes from, Duck Dynasty country, it's a huge deal. You land yourself the one with rainbow antlers, they're going to be talking about you for centuries. Hell, you might even get a reality show. You know, they never took the shot. Somebody here, I think, is going to take a shot now. You're irreplaceable, right? They can realize that. The emperor needs the empress. We know the emperor is here because we had the chariot. The emperor drives the chariot. The emperor needs the empress. The empress does not need the emperor. The empress can complete the energy all by herself, especially in this cycle. The emperors, however, have to do this. I've been saying that. They have to. They have karmic debt. They need that puzzle piece. What comes after the cut? The Six of Swords. Somebody's going to take the shot at the rainbow. Smooth things out. Make things better. Move out from choppy water. They're beating themselves up. There's a fear of missing out energy, I said, with that Five of Pentacles. I said that Ace of Cups has become toxic with the devil crossing it. It has. And all of that has caused them short-sightedness. When you reboot, you get all your resources back, right? We got an 11-11 portal on top of an eclipse. It's massive. Massive energy. Plus, the wave of energy from October is rippling out throughout the month. This is nice. We'll see. Let's give the deck a final shuffle. Let's do it. Give me the soulmate cycle for November 2022. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Let's see where we go here. Come on, give me something. Give me something I can sink my teeth into. Oh, here it is. Overall energy of everything that falls on the table is the Queen of Swords. Action, truth. Can't be unseen, can't be unknown. They're beating themselves up for not taking their shot. The archer takes the shot. This month is very Sagittarius heavy. It really is. I know the first part of the month is Scorpio. And I know the sun doesn't go into Sagittarius until the 22nd, but it all begins well before that. Just after the 10-10 portal, right? In 16th, 17th range, we get a lot of that energy in there. Or the 11-11 portal, I'm sorry. Not the 10-10 portal. The 10-10 portal energy kind of ripples out around Halloween, but the memories from that remain. The Queen of Swords. What's fueling this? Queen of Cups. Yeah. Got to do it. Have to. No choice. It really is. It's somebody taking some action here, cutting things out, cutting that toxin out, maybe doing something. She gives the full cup. That energy is part of the overall energy of the reading. Let's go. It's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here is how your person's behaving in the 3D. This is their soul. This is the message from the universe. It's red with the energy of the connection, and this is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I will clarify everything. Throw some universe cards over the top. We may clarify with 2 decks here because that's what my intuition's telling me to do. Who knows? This could go anywhere. But because I've already admitted I've been looking at your asses, so I know they're sweet, there's going to be a link for an extended in the description. All right? All right. All right. Here we go. Why am I doing that? I mean, every time I hit it, it's something. What's the energy around the connection right now? It's a card I said we'd be seeing. I tweeted about it. It's Lovers. It's the card that was the base energy of the DF side of a recent twin flame journey. That I said it was all their energy coming towards you. This is movement within the love geese are in the air within the connection, right? It has to be. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, it has to be movement. It can't be anything else. The energetic door is open. The table is set. We're just waiting for your person to bring the food. It's up to them. It's always up to their free will. But there's a strong urge here to fix something, to get something that they didn't have. Now, again, I still get this lingering and making up excuses energy. I don't know why. Let's talk about the 3D. What's going on in the 3D here? The Hermit. We got all major arcana here. That's a big card. That's one of the cards that I talked about in my November 22 and 22 reading. I said we're going to be seeing. This is some spiritual shit. This is, they're just like, again, there's the light bulb going off. Ting! Right? It's this energetic new year. It's this fresh energy of somebody knowing what they want to do, feeling this connection on a high level. I see that with the Lovers, but we got to see what's in the soul. What's in the soul here? The Page of Pentacles, the student, is in the soul. And there's another rainbow on that card. Somebody here, again, there's that not really worried about every word they're going to say, right? Deep down in the soul, that this person, they may show up. It may be, these cards indicate somebody showing up And again, not really telling you everything. Not really telling you why they're there per se. Nervous is crazy about it. No fear here though. But again, there's that fawn, right? That person needs you more than you need them. You've done a lot of growing here. We've got somebody here whose soul is awake though. It's showing up in the 3D. The hermit's coming down from the hill for supplies. We're going to see where this goes when we clarify. What's the universe want to tell us? 10 of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles here. It's an energy of everything. It's better than the 10 of Cups because it represents all of it, right? The whole, another rainbow, right? We keep seeing these rainbows. Like a rainbow here, rainbow here, rainbow here. We had a rainbow on the 6 of Swords after the cut. I've got somebody here who, again, sees you as the real deal and they never took a shot. What's the potential final outcome here? Taking a shot, 7 of Wands. Again, and the 2 cards in this deck that have this little flame kind of thing going here. These are read together in this reading. This is someone standing up and taking a shot. Taking a shot that they never took before, that they were defensive toward before. You might want to say this is an energy of someone standing up and doing what's right for them. You could say that. But it's someone taking a shot. It's that archer that takes the shot. Okay, we're going to, and the Queen of Swords would definitely tell me that. We're going to start clarifying with the Light Seer. But I get a feeling I need this Witch's deck here. What's going on with the Lovers? Let's talk about it. Wow, randomly at the bottom is the Hermit, by the way. Yeah, we're starting on the right foot. All right, the Lovers, why is it here? Let's go. There's a lot going on with this page here. I didn't want to confuse things, but there's a lot going on with that page in the soul. It's kind of a new day dawning energy in a way. It's tough to explain. I'll get to it when I get to it. Tell me about the Lovers first. Yeah. Knight of Cups. Yep. On their way. Yep. The energy of your connection right now, the door is wide open. Somebody is going to, here in November, somebody is going to come to some serious realizations, some aha moments on crack. Okay? Knight of Cups is the affecting energy. There's a strong urge to go towards. In the soul, which is bookending this Lover's card, right? This is the connection. It's beautiful. Right here in the soul is someone, this is all new to them. Okay? It's someone who just, again, it's that person looking at your ass, and you turn around, you say, why are you looking at me? Why do you linger around here? And they just make something up. They make up some reason to come in and talk to you. There's still this little small energy. What's on top? The Hierophant. Look at this. I told you November was some spiritual shit. I got the Lovers. I got the Hermit here. I had a Hermit at the bottom randomly when I picked this up. I've got the Knight of Cups. I've got someone here who gets it. They're spiritually awake. Again, you are the real 10 of Pentacles. They know this. This person here is getting all of the spiritual lessons. All right? Everything here, that this connection is very meaningful to them, which makes this page even more confusing. I can't wait to clarify that. Why is the Hierophant here? 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's a problem. It's because of the, how do I explain this? Because of the 11/11 portal energy, the energetic new year, you get a clear perspective on the spiritual lessons of the previous year, right? So what has been cloudy, what has been a burden, this is why the Hierophant is here, is now, if these were reversed, this Hierophant would be a burden, okay? But because of this, the burden is lifted. This is the Guru card. This is somebody who gets it. It backs up my energy read on that front. We see that with the Hermit here. Why is the Hermit here? Let's find out. Let's find out why the Hermit's here. I think we need the Witches for this one. Why is the Hermit here? Why? Okay, yeah. 5 of Wands. Yeah. There's an energy of confrontation, either internal or external, around this Hermit. There's a apprehension toward making a move. Okay. In the end, they stand up and do what's right for them. I think this is directly tied to this right here. Why there's a page in the soul and why it's a page of pentacles specifically. I feel the energy. I know what it is. I can't find the words. I'm hoping the clarifiers help me. What's on top? Queen of Wands. Yeah. It's the apprehension I told you about. It's Fakey McFakerman. Okay? It's the inconvenient truth, right? Coming to the surface. The hermit, inner wisdom, the old soul awakening. It's the inconvenient truth coming into the surface. This person, it's easier just to keep things the way they are, but they can't. The Hierophant is awake. The love geese are in the air. The soul is learning. It's acquiring data. Okay, it's the card of the student. But it's easier. It could be easier just to brush this off, is what this person thinks. But it's not. It's temporary. It's 5, temporary in the tarot, right? You know, look, it wanted to reveal itself. They get a little wishy-washy on it. And when they do that, they get confused, which is good. You want them confused a little bit. Now, I still don't have any fear here. I just have someone who thinks, well, you know, maybe, I don't think they can go back to that. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Yeah, Judgment, they can't. I told you. It's someone who thinks it might be easier just to keep the status quo. They get in their head about it. It might be causing conflict outside of them, right? The Queen of Wands brushes stuff off, right? It's pretense. It's you know, we put out a cover story kind of a thing. Easier just to keep things as they are and nice and superficial. But it's here because of this. It's here because they're getting past it. The Judgment card. It's God's source, the universe itself. And this was the card that fell on the base energy of the DM side in a recent soulmate twin flame journey reading. Okay, we need the witches for this. So yeah, they can't do this. They can't anymore. They have to. They have to do something. It's someone who is awake, I would say. And it's par for the course with the energy, with the Hierophant there for sure. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Threw me a very confusing card here in this. I will tell you why it's confusing. The Hermit should be here. The Page of Pentacles should be here. So this is why it's a problem for your person. They're used to being Fakey McFakerman, right? Putting out a cover story. We're so happy. Everything's great. My life is great. But the Hermit is actually, this tells me when the Hermit shows up in a 3D position, the soul is awake. It's wide awake, and it is. Under that energy reboot, there's a lot of clarity of what they missed out on. They missed out on the real deal. You know, by living life the wrong way in a lot of ways. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? We're talking to the witches now. Let's see. 5 of Swords. This person is prone to short-term thinking. Notice I said thinking, right? This is a soul position. They're prone to short-sightedness. Just immediate gain. That's the Queen of Wands always is, right? Opportunist a little bit. Date someone because of the status, or marry someone because of status, or what kind of image it is for them, rather than whether there's any real love. It's all short-sighted. So I will say again, this person is prone to short-sightedness, but the soul is not. And that's the thing. They're trying, that with that 5, I had a 5 of Wands here, I had a 5 here. They're trying to rationalize chickening out, but they can't. The energy behind all of this, the Lovers, the Hierophant, and the Judgment is too strong. It's too strong to chicken out on. 5s are temporary in the tarot. They go away very quickly. And right there, the Knight of Wands is fueling this. The urge to run away. It's weaker than the energy that's the urge to come towards you. Okay? Or the urge to do something about these revelations, these realizations, this spiritual awakening. What's on top? Another 5. 5 of Cups. Regret? Yep. Again, all she's looking at is the 2 cups still standing in this card. The 3 cups are down. It just, they may be prone to short-sightedness, but there's too much surrounding energy for them to keep that in play. They can't. Why is the 5 of Cups here? The 4 of Pentacles, holding back. Again, someone here really regrets that they hold back. And as the soul wakes up, as the soul learns this, it wants to do something about it. There's a strong urge for this person to run away. I won't lie to you. There really is. There's a strong urge for this person to just bolt for the hills. But I don't believe they can. I don't believe they do. We'll find out in the final outcome. But first, let's talk to the universe about this 10 Pentacles. I think it wants to talk here about what's on their side, what has represented stability in their life, what they thought was 10 Pentacles. Because when I see a Hierophant here, I see a change. It creates a burden, in a sense, in another layer of energy, because once you realize all this stuff, it kind of hurts. You know, nobody likes to admit they were wrong, right? Or they got it wrong or made the wrong choices. People do not like to admit that. That's just human nature. All right, let's go. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? That's why most people end up at therapists. At the end of the day, at the end of all the therapy sessions, you find out you just got it wrong and you never admitted it to yourself. I mean, you know, as a least common denominator, that pretty much sums it up. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? All right, let's see. Yeah, the 6 of Wands. It's a card of victory. It's not the victory after a long battle energy. It's just an energy of victory. What someone saw as 10 Pentacles, okay, they thought they had it made. Okay. But they were wrong. It's small. It's a Page of Cups. It's a Page of Cups. There's not a lot of love there. Why is the Page here? The Sun. This is someone who wants to love. And is someone who's unhappy. Someone who has a small amount of love in what represented stability for them. This Sun is red with the 10 of Wands. Whenever is the happiest card in the deck a heavy burden. Okay? Whenever is it? It is when you find out that it's not victory, that you got it wrong. Right? It was superficial. It was small love. Right there. Knight of Wands again. A Knight of Wands fueling a crossing card. Same as over here with the short-sighted thinking. The Knight of Wands is emotional immaturity in this case. She's way too old to be going to parties like this. Right? Someone got it wrong. They thought that they had victory. They thought that their superficial life of the Queen of Wands was good. It's not. And under this energy of November, you really see it clearly. You see the spiritual lessons. You see what the soulmate connection was trying to teach you. That applies to both sides. So you decide what to do with this person, but it looks like they're coming up. But it is a real burden for this person to have to admit that they're not happy. This 10 Wands red with the Sun, right? Before you came along, they were happy with just small love and a whole bunch of Pentacles. Is another way to phrase it. All right, let's go. Final outcome. 7 of Wands. Somebody standing up and doing what's right. And I know this card, it's always red with this card anyway in my reading. But I know it directly ties to the Hermit because the background is the same and they both have these flames. These two go together. That's why this is standing up and doing what's right. The old soul, if an old soul wakes up, and everybody in this cycle is an old soul, even your runners, you have a soul connection with them. Your souls are a match. If an old soul wakes up in a situation that's got small love and Pentacles, it knows damn well to get the hell out of it. It's your person's brain that keeps getting in the way and has been getting in the way. Remember what I said about the soul position? I said they're prone to short-sightedness, short-term thinking. The soul doesn't think, it feels. Right? It has nothing to do with that. So this person here got it wrong, and it's about them admitting it. They're going to have, at the very least, whether they admit it or not, they're sure as hell going to see it in November. They've already got their ass kicked by October, okay? And a good number of these runners showed up in October, and I know that. I know it from the energy, but I also know it from all the posts. But November is a different story. November, there's just shame all over this. We always have shame after we behave badly, right? After we got something wrong and we realized what we thought was happiness. It's a burden on them now. They can't keep living the way they were living. That's what this energy says too, with the Hierophant red with the Page of Cups and the Sun with the 10 of Wands. And I said this 10 of Pentacles, the universe wants to talk about what has represented that on their side. It could be a marriage, it could be family, it could just be a way they've been living, if they're single or whatever. Whatever it is, it doesn't make them happy. Why is the Seven of Wands here? What's the final on this, universe? I've been shuffling the whole fucking time. It is communication. It is balance. It is soul. It is indeed the hermit coming down from the hill for supplies because he need to eat. It is temperance, the card of the angel. Cancels out toxin. Cancels out the devil completely. It's my mechanic angel on the card. He's fabulous. He can fix anything. He's a little slow, as your person has been. A little slow to learn. Page of Pentacles tells us that. A little slow to allow the soul energy to flow. This is communication here. This is someone, it just makes sense. Why does it make sense? Why can't they just go back to being Fakey McFakerman? Because why is Fakey McFakerman here? Judgment. Judgment is tied to this. They can't. If you look back, it's so unhappy here. This sun is red with 10 wands. You can't pretend to be happy. It's a burden to pretend to be happy in the small love in the 10 of Pentacles that they were used to. Whatever that 10 of Pentacles is. It's got to break to a new beginning. They got to try. Like I told you in the pre-shuffle. It makes someone really, really, really sad for not expressing how they felt. Right? Not going with how they feel. And that built up toxin. It built up toxin in the Ace of Cups that they're holding on to for the soulmate connection or just their love existence in general. You know, they don't really give it. These runners were very shut down. Not anymore. Angel can get the car running. I'll tell you what. What's on top here? Knight of Pentacles. This is red with the, again, I just got done saying how slow your person is. I pointed to the Page of Pentacles. Rewind, I did. I said they're slow to learn, aren't they? Very slow to learn. This is the second slowest energy in the tarot. These two cards together are the universe saying it's about fucking time, motherfucker. You got a racehorse and you're walking. Get on the fucking horse. A lot of wasted time here. Also, it's red with the Queen of Wands, which tells me that one of the things they're realizing here, right? As a phoenix rising from the ashes, wanting a second shot, wanting a second chance. All right? One of the things they're realizing is how behavior like this, the way they've missed their whole life. They've missed everything. They've wasted a lot of time. It keeps them stuck. It slows them down. You know, it's almost a sad energy in between here. Why? And that's another reason. Going back, yeah, it might be easier to just be the Queen of Wands and put out a pretense, but it makes you sad. It makes them sad to do it. To go back, just the thought of going back to this and pretending it's happy creates a huge burden on this person. Why? Because the soulmate cycle's lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. It's with the Lover's card and the Hierophant on top of it. It's unreal. What's the final on this? Red with Judgment, the King of Cups. It means only one thing right there. Somebody who never told you how they felt, telling you how they felt. That Ace of Cups that he holds, that's become toxic from the pre-shuffle, will be shared. And it's about fucking time. Is exactly what the universe is saying here. This energy also envelops a lot of divine timing. Divine timing is just a fancy way of saying the energy is right for it to happen. And it has been through a lot of October, but this person, again, the universe is pointing out with the Page, with the Knight of Pentacles, that they're slow to learn. They hold back. They hold back. There's always a fear within this person. This person is very image focused with the Queen of Wands coming out in the 3D here. There's always a fear of this person feeling stupid or feeling like, you know, being vulnerable or saying how I feel. I might feel stupid. I might get rejected. I might get cut out. That's part of that energy. That's why there's some cold detachment here in their approach. Remember, this card here, it's probably still here, is red with is red with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is crossing it. This Queen of Cups expresses emotion. She's very empathic. She gives the full cup. This is a cold detachment in the base energy. Okay? So that's somebody there who's, again, not going to tell you everything. They're showing up, right? There's that energy of lingering, saying that they're lost. Oh, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just here, you know, whatever. But in reality, there's a massive amount of love. They're there because they can't get you out of their head. I got both the King and Queen of Cups. There's a potential here if this person can open up under this energy, especially for the last couple of months of this year. Under this energy, there's a potential here for a very, very, very loving relationship, which is scary to this person in the sense of it makes them very nervous. In the sense of it's completely different than what they're used to. What they're used to is fake bullshit with very little spiritual base, very little amount of love given, bang when they have to, kind of a thing, right? Hold hands in public, and when they're home, they don't talk to each other. They go to different rooms, each one doing a different thing. Or they just live their life in an opportunist way where it comes to relationships. This elevates my status. This gives me this image. So I want this person. It's different than what they're used to. What they're used to is pretending to be happy. And under this energy, that's a real burden. Because of the Hierophant here, the Lovers here, this King of Cups here, who holds a lot of feelings. This is someone in there feels a lot. It's red with judgment. Someone wants another chance to do it right, but I still see them showing up with a little bit of cold detachment. A little bit of that energy of not quite sure why they're there, making up an excuse to be there maybe. Again, it ties heavily to that Seven of Swords that we saw in the Saturn direct reading in the energy of your connection and the eclipse reading in the energy of your connection. Both times, with a lot of shuffles in between, it showed up there. Things that someone's showing up under an energy that's not as it seems. But they are showing up to tell you how they feel. Now again, I can't predict free will, what a 3D person's going to do. I can tell you there's an undying urge for them to do this. And I can tell you that if they don't, under this energy, going back to this kind of life is going to be miserable. Because the 1111 portal in particular, just focusing on that, never mind the Sagittarius aspects and all of that, the 1111 portal energy really, really makes it crystal clear. It's like this Hierophant, this Pope, explains the spiritual lessons in a Sesame Street type manner that anyone could understand. Okay, so they're really going to get it, which is why this is here and tied to whatever happiness they thought they had. It's going to make it very, very heavy burden to try to pretend to be happy. All right? There's a very strong tie between the Ten of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Wands, if you haven't figured that out. Let's ask the universe for 3 more cards, and let's go pull some Wicked Voodoo. We did get a Devil in the pre-shuffle. The Devil's on the surface. Didn't come up in the reading. The Angel came up on the reading, saying we're getting past that, backing up the Chariot, bookending the King of Swords from the pre-shuffle. Remember, we always remember the Alamo and we remember the pre-shuffle. Pre-shuffle is just surface energy. But when the Devil's on the surface, that's when it's being dealt with. That's not when it's being carpet swept. There's a lot of, with this Hierophant here, there's a lot of realizations on both sides, yours and theirs. In the extended, I'll pull on those realizations. We're going to talk to Sesame Street Hierophant. And we're going to pull on that Devil. We're going to see how it applies to you and to them this month. I'm going to do both sides. I might do a side-by-side, a you versus them type thing. A little mini twin flame journey type reading. We'll pull a timeline, and we'll obviously pull the pyramid like I always like to pull, just to see what they're thinking. And we'll go from there. We'll pull a whole bunch of readings. We'll see where we go. Might even pull on, you know what? We should pull on the Ten of Pentacles too. I should make a note of that. See what's going on their side. What's the fake happiness about? What are the realizations about that? We'll make sure we get that. All right, let's go. Give me 3 cards, universe. What else you want to tell everybody? Huh? Burger King. The first instance of the Burger King in the new animal deck. Burger King, King of Wands, 9 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Done. And I think because it wanted to reveal itself, the why is underneath this 2 of Cups. This is 2 soulmates coming together. This is someone's wish being fulfilled. It's your wish being fulfilled. Something you've wanted is showing up to bring some balance here. What is it? It's the Burger King. It's the King of Wands. It's Mr. or Mrs. Puff Up. It's Mr. or Mrs. Ego coming in. This is just communication. It's all it means. Sometimes it means forward movement. Sometimes I give it different meanings. In this case, it is communication. The King of Wands is communicating. Again, keep in mind, there's much more going on than what they might tell you. All right, much more. That Ace of Cups is huge, and it was crossed by the devil in the surface energy. That's a big deal. But why? Why do we have two long-lost soulmates coming together? These cards from the universe say, oh, look, and a Hierophant. I meant to pick up the whole deck. I didn't mean to do that. This Hierophant ties to this Hierophant. Spiritual awakenings. Because of what's happening here this month, everything can be processed. Okay? Not to mention, it's a hell of a month for manifesting. If you think eclipses and new moons are good for manifesting, the 1111 portal is ideal. It is the energetic new year. Set your intentions. And again, read my blog article. I give you a step-by-step in how to manifest in that November 2022 blog article. But why? Why are these two coming together? Well, because the wall that's been there, the Nine of Wands crossed by the Seven of Swords, I did not know that was there. There it is. The wall that's been here and the bullshit is coming to an end. I took a chance. I didn't know any of that was there, but I read an end energy. So the wall that they've had up, the barriers and all of that, the bullshit, it's all coming to an end. And at the end of the day, they do show up small. They do. This little page is somebody lingering, saying that they're lost. I don't know why I'm here. I have no idea. Choking on hello. Same kind of shit. But there's some truth. It's a sort of truth. It's communication. It's someone here, there's an air of truth around it. You can get the truth out of this person. This ties to the Temperance card that was crossed on the Seven of Wands. You can get an air of truth from this person. And there's justice. There it is. There's that balance. It's what I told you here. These two cards together kind of equal justice. You getting something you wanted and you getting some balance. You finding out some things. It's just perfection in tarot. It's unreal. All this bullshit coming to an end. The truth coming out. You're going to have to pry it out of them a little bit. They show up as a page, but they know why they're there. If they say they don't know why they're there or they make up an excuse to come in, they know damn well why they're there. With that Ace of Swords there. There's an Ace of Swords energy dominant here. There's an energy of justice here. There's an energy of communication. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. And I hope, again, if you don't go to the extended, I'll have to say it here. I hope you take advantage of your energetic new year and spiritual awakenings here. All right? Because we're going to find out in the extended what they mean for you. But what they mean, it's a real chance to put everything together that you've learned in this process through going through this soulmate cycle. For your person, though, it is a massive, it is just with the Ten of Wands here. Remember the Twin Flame Journey reading I just pulled, the pre-eclipse one. In the Divine Feminine, I pulled the Lover's card as the base, and it was crossed by the Ten of Wands. I get the same thing here in the energy of the connection with the Hierophant. I'll say the same thing to you here that I said to you there. It's all about, on the DF side, I said this isn't your energy. This is all the DM energy coming over. They're forced to. It's all about their spiritual awakenings they have pushed back and pushed back. And under the reset energy, the energetic new year, they can't. This Hierophant is explaining things in Sesame Street terms to both sides. The DF side doesn't need the Sesame Street terms, but it's helpful. Okay, fine. It's easy to understand. But for them, this is major shit. They can't keep doing this, Fakey McFakerman. They can't. It's too much of a burden to stay in something that's pretend happy. It really is. And here, the message from the universe with 2 cups crossing 9 cups and 8 wands of communication. From, again, it is a bit of a Burger King energy. It is someone who wants to have it their way. But that doesn't mean you can't pry the truth out of them. With that Ace of Swords energy behind you, around that Justice card underneath here. That's your reading. If you want the extended, the link's in the description. It'd be a good idea because this reading is important to all the sign readings I'm about to pull in the next couple of days. And the sign is just one little angle. You're all part of the same cycle. You know, on the sign readings, you should watch all 12, I would. And if it resonates with you, fine. It doesn't matter what's in your chart. I'm not an astrologer, and this isn't your horoscope. I'm an energy reader. All right? All the signs do is divide the cycle into 12 pieces. That's all. For a lot of you, 9 of the sign readings will mean something. 9 of them. 9 out of the 12 will resonate, even if it's just one thing I say. So keep that in mind, okay? Anyway, if you want the extended, the link's in the description. I hope this reading was helpful. I do. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.